What is going on, lunatic friends? When we last talked, I told you that USTC, in my opinion, is getting ready for a wild ride. That I think that will also include the rest of the economy will kind of get a little bit crazy. Now, something came up and something happened in which I think over the next couple of days, and by the way, when I say over the next couple of days, the reason that I'm saying that is because generally speaking, we're still waiting for retail to really kind of jump in. So we'll look at the chart in just a moment, but there was a big moment on TV just recently, and let's check it out. Make sure you hit the like button on the way in. So this happened yesterday. USTC showed up on the stablecoin legislation alert from, I want to say this is MSNBC or CNBC or some NBC type channel. I think the guy up here, Aaron, I think he's a writer, Aaron Ross Sorkin or Aaron Sorkin, something like that. Anyway, they're having a conversation about this stablecoin bill that we've been working towards. And what do? They put, and you can't even make this up, guys, Terra USD right there. And they show the price point right now and how much it's trading for. People at this point are going to be asking questions about that because, look, if you're an investor and you see, well, a stablecoin is $1, why is this one only a penny? And you know what? They could be looking at this as an opportunity. So I'm not saying that they are, but I am saying that that kind of exposure, I think, is incredible. Now, let me couple that with another one here. Okay, remember, this is 1.17 cents. CZUSD in November 2021 went from $1 down to 4 cents. And guess what? Ceramic was the programmer that slowly brought it back all the way to $1 repeg. So those kind of things are narratives that take over these spaces from time to time. Now, are they? I don't know. I mean, that's going to depend. It's going to depend on a lot of different factors. I'm not responsible for all those factors. But the fact that we're talking about USTC at 1 cent right now, and we're talking about this CZUSD that repegged itself from 4 cents back to $1. There is a narrative out here that if it catches fire, will cause USTC to go absolutely crazy. So I do think that everybody should pay attention to it. I'm not telling you to invest the farm. I'm not telling you that, I'm not even promising you that you'll make a dime. I don't know. In my opinion, we're going to have a pump on USTC, so you can take that for what you will. If you don't like my opinion, don't do it. If you do like my opinion, do your own research before you do it and see if you agree with me. If you don't agree with me, don't do it. Only do it if you agree and if you think that what I'm saying here actually fleshes out. Before we go any further, 174,000 lunk was burned yesterday from Trobits. Trobits.com is your place to go where, look, if you don't have any money and you're looking for a way that you can help this ecosystem, then one of the number one ways to help contribute to burns. Skyrocket your crypto ads with BitMedia, and then coming down here to any other ads that might exist. Those are the ways that you're going to engage with this content. There is no cost to you. All you have to do is take the time and make the time to come to this website every single day and just check the market, check the news articles, check everything that you can to find out what is going on, both in Luna Classic, Shiba Inu, and crypto in general. And guess what? Every time you do that, every time you click, every time you engage with ads, every time you engage this website, you are burning Luna Classic and SHIB. So if you like both, this is perfect for you. If you like one or the other, this is still very. So check out Trobits.com. Also, just to give you guys clarity here, I have now staked my Terra again. The last time we did this, I had put it off, and I'd put it off because, we had this 14-day win right here that just seems to always be sold out. Don't know what that's about, but it was given a 16% yield over that short period of time, which was very nice. This APR right here is for 30 days, and so far I've earned 0.006. I just did this before, the claim I think is 155 after 30 days. It's not significant at the current price. If we get a nice little pump at some point, then it'll be big. So if you haven't already, maybe consider staking a little bit of Terra here, earning some yield. There's a real possibility, and there's a reason for that. And there's a reason. Again, we're not partnered with Terraport right now for this purpose, but I do want to bring this up because there's something that happened over here, which I think, again, there's a lot of synergy going on right now between a lot of different things that I think are going to pay off dramatically. And this one's so. Terraport's put up a proposal to inject liquidity for the Terraport DEX, and what they're trying to do is pair up. The summary here is they're proposing 30,000 USDC and an equivalent of 30,000 worth of LUNC for the community pool to seed liquidity for a USDC LUNC pair on Terraport. So this would provide an opportunity for you or anybody else. This is a place where you can swap your USDC in and out, and that I think would help provide liquidity around this blockchain and help you in a way cash out if you need to. And we don't have a stable coin. We've got USTC, but we know that it's not stable yet. We haven't really pegged it and created any kind of algorithm that would create stability to it. So that is basically just a risky investment at the. But USDC is a stable coin, so having a stable coin in this network would be very, very important. The motivation: the Terraport DEX currently lacks a stable trading pair, resulting in increased reliance on centralized exchanges for stable conversions, which we do have right now. If you want to cash out on your Terra Luna Classic, then basically what you have to do is you have to find an exchange that has the LUNC chain on it, and then you have to cash out through them. Now, if you are trying to strictly DeFi, you have no outlet. You have no way to do anything. So this would provide you with an opportunity, for example, move over into USD from Luna Classic, and then from there you withdraw the EC. So, and it's quite simple, right? So this would, I think, make things a little bit. So it has not come up for proposal yet. The only proposal up is the clarification on entities with Terra Classic branding. Remember the other one. So that is not going to go through. It doesn't look like. So we're not going to put but what will make it is looking at the meme coins over here. You can see Terra down about 5 per the day, Juris down 7. You might be asking yourself, well, why is that? Well, and we're down, by the way, 12.84. So we're down about $40 on the day. And the reason for the market, LUNC is not doing very well still in this market. Now, there are some lows that we could get to. Again, I'm going to go back to this when global liquidity says that we are at a pump, right? Now, when I zoom out here, and we had a nice correction to the upside, and then we had a little bit of downward momentum for a couple days, and then when I couple that global liquidity, then I'm literally looking at playing out up here, which is here as the rally right here as the rally right here, I'm here as a here, and next move, big ups, right? So I think that I think we found the bottom. I think that it would be representative, and I'm not sure for 100%, still have some pain, but pretty sure that what we're watching is going to end up a massive move coming soon. Now, that being said, that does not mean that I'm right about it. It does mean potential for another test back down here at the bottom. Doesn't make a lot of sense at the. However, there are some bears out there that believe that it's move, that we're going to bottom price action in order for it to start pumping, to clean out anybody wanting to sell or anybody who established a sell for the position. But when you zoom out here, I mean, guys, you really have to take it with a grain of salt. Like anything in between 65 and 55 right here, there's going to be some sell pressure because that is kind of a volume node, if you will. So, if I'm looking at it and if I'm saying to myself, well, there's got to be a spot here where, there's going to be a lot of traction, a lot of activity. It's going to be this right here. That seems like a very volatile sort of area. And then the same thing over here. We'll get to that when we actually get there. But as you can see, if we just kind of zoomed in and look at that, and what we did, by the way, what we did is we looked at this right here, and we looked at this right here, and we kind of established that, and we saw the volume that's going right here. We saw the dips down here. So what we did is we looked at this only. But when we looked at this only and we zoom out, then guess what? We're actually capturing the box. Like, this is the box that we're trading in. Now we're at the bottom of the box. So what happens at the bottom of the box? We sprout up to the top. So I think that we're actually in the spot here where we're doing that. Now, the other thing is we've got this resistance that kind of resides right there. So we're going to have to break out of that. But again, I think that breakout is getting ready to happen next couple of days. So if you just pay attention, then I think you're about to see a big move, maybe up to the top of this box, which is going to be about 67. But the question is, do we have the escape velocity, to break out above it? So I think that, boom, I think we do, or we will on this next move. So now, The Trump administration, China could screw it up. We are in a precarious situation with world governments where they are trying to navigate a new paradigm, and that is more isolationist when it comes to countries, focusing more on themselves as a globalism. So that's creating a problem in the markets, and I'm not saying that we're not done with problems in the markets, but I am saying as far as global liquidity flow, we're in the spot right now where I think we're about to have really, really dramatic upside run. And I think that upside run, by the way, could take us up to about 2.0 trillion in the market cap, and there be 2.82 trillion. To me, when I look at the charts, it seems to be the spot right there where rejection. So that would be about 200, be about 300, close to 220 million, 220 billion, 220 billion coming back into the market in fairly short order over the next. So I think that that's going to happen. I think that's resistance at 282. And then we'll see whether or not it breaks out in 3, which could be the next step after that. There should be some correction if we have a big impulse move over the next couple of days. The data so far supports the fact that we should be getting rate cuts, which are being priced in, by the way. 4 rate cuts are being priced in by some of the American investment firms right now. They're saying that May and June, we should start seeing dramatic rate cuts to keep up with what's going on in economies, to try to stimulate the United States and allow finance, allow borrowing, increase the availability of funds and access. And to do something like that, I think it's risky a little bit for the U.S. government. But the end result here, if it works, is that we're going to miss that recession. There's a lot going on right now to try to from happening. So back to it. Again, I expect to have that big breakout and a nice move. Now, it's not going to be because of volume, because we're still down on volume. And by the way, USTC too. Now, I would have thought, or I would like to have thought, that you would have gotten a nice little move just because you're talking about, some of the things on CNBC, MSNBC. Since you're talking about Terra USD, and you're just kind of looking at, I think it's going to bring some interest back. But it should be noted that, part of this, it's just interest has waned dramatically on all cryptos. If I go over and I show you bubble maps, if you watch any of my live streams, you'll know that short of very, very, very few cryptos, we're not getting a whole lot of, meme coins are dead. Meme coins are absolutely dead. The influencers that I follow who talk about meme coins, let me tell you, the influencers that I talk to over meme coins, they are treating meme coins that go to 500,000 market cap like they're gold. Okay, that's how bad the market. There's two, and by the way, for meme coins, it's dilution. That's really what it comes down to. It's dilution of the market, and everybody's trapped, and everybody's got a ton of money trapped in all these different tokens. And I don't think that some of the market makers and institutions, I don't think that they understood what was happening, and now that they're grasping it, they're looking more at alt utility. I think meme coins need to have an alt season, if that makes sense, for us to get another meme coin season. So I think that a lot of people are trapped, and when people are trapped, then guess what? You have to trick them into becoming buyers again. And that means that you might have to move your money around as an institution, and you might have to pump a few bags if you want to get them to reach into that bank account and give you. Really, that's what it comes to. So I think you're going to see there's a reason right now, a desperate reason for institution to pump your bags, because they're going to take your money anyway. So yeah, that's the idea. Now, let's talk burns real quick. There are 189 million burns. That's fallen off a cliff. Just absolutely. Yesterday was only 15 million. Day before was only 13 million. Then we had 38 million over here. That is a testament to how dry this market is. And you know why it's dry? Because you guys are not buying the Believe. I think so. You're not buying the Believe token. The Believe token right now sitting out here at 3.46 cents, up 3.4x since the launch. We've got mine that's starting to move right here. By the way, there are still plenty of them out here, and I'm not saying, by the way, you should buy any one of them, but it should also you want, as long as it's Believe. But Neil is almost ready to unbond. J Money, and look, I like a lot, but then I thought, you know what, let's do it. So I started doing a little bit, but I'm not doing a whole lot. I want to give you guys an opportunity, but if it doesn't move, it doesn't move. That's not on me. So go to terrapump.fun and get yourself a meme coin. At some point, these things will accelerate and they will run. Look, this one's already unbonded, and you'll see. We'll get an update on it, but it unbonded a couple days ago. Awesome. But we want to get more like that. That's a success for the blockchain. And by the way, I do understand that the market guys buy some meme coins, engage with this ecosystem. If you do that, then, as a matter of fact, it should be noted that we probably messed up. Had we been ready for Terra USD to show up on, and we were showing people TerraPump.fun, then we probably would have pumped the market they are. And we're fighting amongst ourselves, and we're fractured more than we're united because we don't all agree on the same path forward, et cetera, et cetera. Some problems here that we need to address in a problem of markets. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. And remember, it's not financial advice. I'm always right. I appreciate each and every one of you. Let's see what happens over the next couple days. I think I'm right that there's going to be a big pump happening. Like, again, I'm looking at I'm looking at all the data. Looking at the should be flowing up. Whether it does or not, that's going to be for the markets. It's not financial advice.